digital marketing agencies from across the country. Today, I'm really excited to bring you Casey Hamilton from Exact Match Marketing. I'm always looking for the latest tools and platforms that we can leverage to generate better results for our clients, right? In terms of, we're all trying to do SEO and pay-per-click and social media and marketing automation to drive leads. But if we can find the little nuance, little tools that can generate better results, that can generate better lead flow, better revenue growth for our clients, that gives us a competitive advantage. That makes it so that we can be stickier with the clients. They'll stick around with us longer. And so I'm really excited to kind of introduce you guys to Casey because he has an innovative platform called Exact Match Marketing. I'll let him kind of explain what it is and how it works. But if you're excited for this and you're excited to learn like one or two new things that you can implement for your clients, give me a like, give me a yes here in the comments. And Casey, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you for having me, Josh. Really excited to share with you guys, and just it's been great since I came down to the roadmap in March and got to meet you. Just have enjoyed this community, so really excited to be sharing today.
So one of the tools I've used, like in our agency and for our clients, is this idea of a blind opt-in, right? And let's face it, if we're like, just think about your own agency website. You're driving traffic to your website, but not everybody opts in, right? Ideally, we want them to opt in. We get their name, their email address so that we can send them a drip sequence. But the technology exists, what I've always referred to it as a blind opt-in, where there's tools that will match like the person's IP address and gather some information that you can still communicate with them. Most agency owners don't do this for themselves and they don't do it for their clients. Casey's got a platform that kind of takes this to the next level. And that's why I'm excited for you guys to get to know him a little bit. So Casey, kind of walk us through. I know there's two main components of this. Let's start with the blind opt-in piece, and then we can talk about the site targeting piece as well.
Absolutely. And, I started this. I've had my own agency now for 14 years and started this company actually as a product from my agency. And I was tired of just getting impressions. That was probably one of the biggest things of just saying, hey, we had this many people come to your site, but we didn't get them to convert. And so how could we best do that? We always had the little ways of, we'd get people to fill out the forms, work through that. But we created Site ID, which would allow us to be able to identify those people coming in. And what we found is there's other people out there that do this. It's not like we're the first person in this space, but we wanted to make sure we had high data integrity. And so our data actually goes through a ton of cleansing. Before we ever deliver it to you and before you ever pay for it, we make sure that we send it through Never Bounce. So we have high 90s in our deliverability rates. We make sure that there's no common complainers, there's no spam traps. All of those things are automatically kicked out. And so if it hits that, we actually eliminate that out of the system before it gets to you. And so our delivery rates are high, but our open rates are also very high. We usually see for really just a cold email, if you're being honest with it, a little bit warmer than just normal, but we still see about a 30 to 60% open rate that can happen there. 30 is the average on that, but we see some of ours up to 61 and 62% open rates.
So good. So like in a nutshell, if this is new technology to you or not, basically somebody gets to either your site or your client site. In my case, let's just say somebody gets to plumbersco.net. They're thinking about internet marketing, ideally for their plumbing company. We've got a bunch of opt-in hooks, right? Opt in for our free, for our book, opt in for our cheat sheet, click here to schedule strategy session. And usually we're converting like 10 or 15% of traffic to a converted opt-in, right?
Correct.
So, obviously when they manually opt in, that's one level. But what we found was like almost 90% of our visitors who were interested didn't opt in, and we had no way to communicate with them. Through this platform and through this technology, basically, what's the match? Like 90% of the traffic, it's going to give you a name and an email address, maybe even some additional contact details. So you can email them, and we call it a blind opt-in, and we send an email out automatically through HighLevel that says, hey, saw you visited the website, is there anything I can help you with, right? And then it feels like there's like an authentic conversation started, and we add them to a nurture sequence. And so then now they start getting invited to our webinars, they start seeing our case studies, and it works really well. That's just in the example of your agency. Now you can take and apply that same concept also to your clients, right? If you're doing SEO for plumbing companies, roofing companies, whatever your niche happens to be, the conversion rates are typically, in that 20 to 30% range. And you can come in and say, hey, look, we're not only going to capture people that call in or request an estimate, we're also going to capture the contact the details of the people that got to the website. And that stands out to, in the marketplace, even today, as a unique mechanism that you can bring to the table that most agencies don't. And what I really liked about Casey's platform is he does it higher match quality and at a much lower cost than I've seen elsewhere. Like, you can pay a lot of money for the same technology. So I'll let you kind of speak to that a little bit, Casey.
Absolutely. Yeah. So within our platform, we give you the name, up to 2 email addresses, up to 2 phone numbers, and an updated mailing address. So we run all of that through to make sure that those addresses are on point. And so we see people that are having success both in the email side and in the mailing side, even to be able to do mailers out for some of those in-town clients. That's a great way to be able to capture a new business. So the nicest part about our platform is there are other things that are out there, but we've actually built in all the business systems into this as well. So now you're able to go ahead and put in your client's information. We give you the code that's going to go into their site. It's going to capture that. And we wholesale that out to you guys for just at 10 cents per capture. I know a lot of the different groups that are out there are charging, a certain amount, and they give you up to so many. But if you don't use those, then it can be pretty costly to be able to do that. With our platform, we give you that at just one low thing, and then you can mark that up. We also have the ability inside of those to do what they're doing. So you can offer it at, 1,000 identifications for, $199 or, whatever you're going to set it at, and then be able to make that extra money. So it's a great tool. It's powerful for them and powerful for you to be able to show that right out the gate. And so our site ID has been one of the most effective things. And it's not just the IP address that we're going to identify. It actually goes down to device. So like if my wife and I are both in our house and we go to a website, it'll show when mine comes up, it'll give my name, my home phone number, my cell phone number, my personal email address, my business email address, and my current address. And if my wife goes, it will do the same for her. So it goes down even to the device. So very, very powerful as you're trying to get in. We have a lot of people that'll put it on their site and say, man, I just saw my uncle come on and I know all his information and it's right. So they're seeing the success out of it right away.
So, and this is something that it's built for you to be able not to kind of finagle to use for your clients, but it's like there's a wholesale model where you're paying a monthly fee, but then you pay a flat rate, and it's very easy to roll this out for your client base in addition to yourself. Casey, if somebody wants to learn more and kind of get started with this, what's the best place for them to get more details on the platform, how it works, etc.?
Yeah, I have set up a place now. If you just go to exactmatch.marketing, you can actually set up a time with me and I'll run you through the platform. We have exactmatchmarketing.com if you just want to see a little bit more about the product itself, and you can still book there. But exactmatch.marketing will take you to my calendar link and have one specifically here for 7-figure agency, and that we can sit down and walk through that platform together.
Awesome. So exactmatch.marketing is the best place to go just to get the details on how it works, how to get registered for it. Can you talk pricing at all? Are you able to talk about that on a public stream like this?
Absolutely. So we have got it set up right now to do it. We have a minimum spend currently is all we really charge you. So you get 60 days to ramp up to it. It's a $500 a month spend from your clients. Is all that we request for that. So we want you to utilize the product, but we do not currently have a monthly cost that you have to pay. You get 60 days to ramp up to that and have your clients that would get to $500 per month. Our cost for that site ID, as we mentioned before, is 10 cents per unit. And then after that, we haven't talked to you about the search ID, but that is also in there. And we have those set right now at $2 per capture, and we can walk into that. That's more comparable to a Google AdWord platform, and I can jump into that a little bit here if you'd like as well.
Yeah. So I'd love if you have questions on this. Casey and I will be watching the comments here in the future. Ask in the comments. Go to exactmatch.marketing to schedule a time with Casey. You can also go to exactmatchmarketing.com to get all the details on all how that works. This is a no-brainer if you're not already doing this for yourself and or your clients, this is going to help you convert more leads for yourself and your client base. And it also gives you a unique mechanism that you can bring to the table that the clients are shocked by. And if you've got a high transaction value where, it's not in our case, $250, but if they're doing a pool renovation, if they're remodeling a kitchen, the direct mail postcard is a massive play, right? It's like some of the members in the program do this already, but if you're able to extract all the visitors' contact details with the mailing address, no reason not to add them to a postcard mailing, even a multi-touch postcard mailing after they've gotten to the site. Your clients use that postcard, they get a QR code, they're blown away that you're helping them convert leads that would have just disappeared into the ether. In addition to that, it's just a great conversational piece that makes you different than the other 19 agencies they're talking with about these services. So really exciting new innovation though, outside of just blind opt-ins, is the search targeting aspect that you guys have built in. Talk to us about this piece, because I know there's some really cool applications for this.
Yeah, this has definitely been the game changer and sort of what set us apart. With Search ID, we're able to take now, and you can give us the search area or the service area for your clients or for yourself. And you can run that for as small as like 15 zip codes to a state, 5 states, the entire country, you name it. We can narrow it down into that. And then you give us the keywords that would be highly applicable to your client or to yourself. And then we're able to gather the people that sort of raise their hand. So my kindergarten pitch in this has been, if I could tell you everybody inside of your service area that just raised their hand and said, I'm interested, in your competitors and your services and the pre-buying activity, would that be helpful? And for most people, it's very helpful. So we're then able to go in, find the exact information about that person. We'll give you that same name, email address, the mailing address, the phone number, up to 2 phone numbers. We give you the actual keyword that they came off of for each one of those contacts. And we're able to deliver that in real time as they're searching. And so right now, we don't know of anybody else that has that part. Besides, we have over 200 agencies that currently white label that product now. So
cool. So let's talk about some examples or case studies of this exact targeting, or what was it? Search ID.
Search ID.
Talk us through some examples of that in the real world for agencies that are using it and the results that they're seeing.
Absolutely. So we have people that use it in multiple different ways. They'll still use this and be able to do just like they would, and if it was coming to their site. But what we're seeing is one of the probably most popular ways right now is taking that information, taking the emails from that, uploading them into a Facebook custom audience, and then being able to either create the 1% lookalike or follow them through that way so that you can retarget. We had a company that was doing that for some supplies, and they were averaging right around $7,000 to $9,000 of sales per week on Facebook. They uploaded this, changed their strategies, put these into play, and they doubled their revenue, went from 7 to 9 to over $18,000 a week in sales, and lowered their actual spend. So we're seeing some good results that way with this. And it's one of those things. I love to be able to pitch it out there and be like super excited about it. But I tell people this is an identification, right? And so it's not somebody that's signing up and asking for information. It is an ID of somebody. So we're creating a great custom audience that can convert, that can work, that we know are interested in what you sell or what your client is trying to offer. And we're able to help you to build the right audience out inside of an area to, once again, do mailers, do Facebook ads, do the email campaigns that will help to drive in new business.
So good. I know you shared an example with me last time we were talking about this of real estate, either realtors or real estate investors. Talk us through like the mechanics. If somebody went to Google and they typed a specific search for like, sell my house, right? They didn't get to the client's site, but we know they're in the market. We know that they're in that geographic area. So we know that they potentially got the buyer's intent. Then you can take that data, direct mail them, email them, and add them to a custom audience, right? That's the practical application.
It would be. Now, I do want to say one thing in there. It is not a Google search. Okay. Google's system is closed, and so anybody that knows this system, knows how that works, they will call me out on that right
You're like,
away, and I
that's
will
not true. There's
totally.
no way you're extracting Google search data, right?
That's correct. It is secondary type search across
Okay.
the thing. We actually have relationships with the ISPs. We can read the URLs as somebody searches, and it would say it's like an LG dishwasher that they're searching on BestBuy.com. It'd be like BestBuy.com/query LG plus dishwasher. Those two words would show up as the keywords that your client would be trying to target, and then we would be able to identify them and deliver that to your client immediately. So that's sort of
So it's
the
pulling
thing.
like browser history data and matching it to intent that you can
Yes.
then extract. Okay.
Absolutely. So yeah, and so when we worked in real estate. Real estate's actually where we started. My business partner Daniel, our CTO, he has a strong real estate background, and so when we started to build this was when everything was like booming inside of real estate, and it was almost useless for us at that point because you couldn't keep a house on the market for more than 26 seconds, right? So now though that this market has changed drastically. And so we're still helping, but we're able to identify people that are searching for Zillow, for Redfin, for those kinds of things. And so the only reason that you're going to look for those kinds of words if you're looking to buy or sell a house. And so we've been able to identify those people. I know we just had one the other day that they were doing mailers out from that and got a huge listing that came right out the gate. That was several $100,000 listing, and they're going to get it both for a buy and a sell on that with them. So just there's a lot of different ways that this can work for your agencies, and so we've been excited about that to bring people on and be able to give high levels of service for them as well.
So good. So like two key strategies here that, or I think, are a reason you want to connect with Casey is blind opt-in data, right? Which is super cool, especially when you're thinking about potentially getting a cell phone number, definitely getting an email address, getting a mailing address, maybe dropping a postcard or something in the mail. That way you capture the attention of people that were already on your website but didn't opt in potentially. But then also creating custom audiences of people that are in market, right? And that's something unique you can bring to the table that other agencies haven't even heard of potentially, and you can come to your client and say, hey, look, we can target people that are looking for you that may never get to your website.
Yeah. And one of the best things that we've done, and I know there's a lot of GHL users that are in this group, and that was one of the things that we had brought to the table even right before I had met you, is that we have direct integrations right now into GHL. So you can actually attach the API for your client directly in, and we can drop all of that information directly into those. So you can start your automations and everything else that you have going right from the system. We also have integrations right now with SendGrid and with Kartra. So we have some different ones if your clients are using things. We also have 5 developers that are right now on staff, and we are creating new platforms. So if you have those other things that you're utilizing, those will be coming out. We have a direct Zapier connection currently as well that will be coming out. Right now, everything goes to Google Sheet, and you can take Google Sheet to Zapier to pretty much any CRM to be able to run automation off that if you're using something else.
Super cool. And so, like, what are some of the platforms people are using today for the blind opt-in? I know I think of retention.com. Like, what are you seeing as the most common platforms?
Yeah. So, I mean, for competitors for that in this, we have retention. You're going to see like, I think Lead Post, Pearl Diver are some of the bigger ones that are out there right now. And a lot of them are set up to be able, they'll deliver it, but it's, I always come back to our accuracy. Like we think we do it better than most. And our pricing we've tried to sort of scorch earth that pricing for us, so that you have margin and still are below the competition out there for your agency. So our goal really is we want you to utilize the product. We want your clients to utilize the product, and we want you to win, and we want them to win. Because if that happens, then we're all happy. And so that's what we've done. That's how we've structured this thing. Me being an agency owner, I wanted to have that for myself, and we wanted to be able to provide that for others as well.
Super good. So if you're using one of those other platforms, there's a very, very high probability this is going to be less expensive for you, It's going to give you more flexibility in terms of syncing to HighLevel or some of the other platforms. And that's modeled for you as an agency owner to be able to roll this out to your client base, kind of like what you would do with HighLevel versus these other marketing automation platforms. It's built for that type of scale and ease of access as an agency owner. And for those reasons, I think it's a no-brainer to check this out, kind of test out the data for yourself. And the best way to learn more is exactmatch.marketing. Schedule a time with Casey, learn more about how this would apply in your particular niche. Casey, anything else you want to share? Any other thoughts around this technology that our listeners would benefit from?
Yeah, so this is a full white labeled platform that you can utilize. Okay, so you'll put in your URL, you'll put in all of your information, your logo, your color scheme. Your clients can actually log into this system and it will show all of your info. You can change the names of the products, all of those things. All the business systems are built in. You'll put in their information for all of the billing, and it will bill from you with your name on it. And then gives us our portion, gives you your portion. It's a really strong opportunity for you. And I also wanted to say for anybody that signs up here with Seven Figure Agency, we are going to give you guys a 10% discount off of all of the search ID leads that will come in. So if you guys come in through this link here with exactmatch.marketing, you guys will get that off it. So that's 20 cents per lead. That doesn't take a long time to add up pretty quickly for profitability for you as well. So we're happy to do that and excited to work with you guys.
Awesome. Well, again, I wanted to bring you guys this tool because I'm always looking for cool strategies that are working well that I believe can be a game changer in your agency. And so, Casey, thanks so much for coming on. Thanks for building this platform. I think it's great for agency owners and for our clients that we happen to serve, so we can generate even better results, improve our retention, improve our stickiness with clients, and stand out in the marketplace. So thanks for watching, everyone. If you got value, hit the like button. Be sure to go to exactmatch.marketing, schedule a time with Casey, and post your questions in the comments if you have them. We'll do our best to answer them as we see them.